Peace is not an incident that happens all of a sudden when we are all asleep. Peace is a pursuit that envelops all hours of our sleep and wakefulness. Peace is a long tale written by all human beings and lived by all. Each person is one word in this story, an expression, a sentence, or perhaps even a passage or a page. Peace is not a law. Neither can it be imposed on the world, nor on individuals. Peace is a belief based on choice and free of any compulsion. It is a profoundly sincere and wholehearted choice. It is the choice of reconciliation in place of grudges, friendship in place of animosity, tolerance in place of disharmony, forbearance in place of inclemency. But this reconciliation and friendship and this harmony and tolerance starts with me. The reconciliation of each person with self, the friendship of each person with self, and the harmony and tolerance of each person with self. And when the time comes when one is reconciled with self and loves and accepts the self, then one can love and accept others, and that other is in fact the world. And only when one loves and is reconciled to self and loves others, can one then love God. In the year 2010, in South Korea, on an island far away from the hustle and bustle, a ceremony was held in honor of peace. That week was marked by books, speeches, peacocks, trees, pottery, and art glass. It was an island devoted to knowledge, which is the starting point of peace. It was an island for children who are the citizens of tomorrow's world of peace. It was a ceremony attended by 20 authors and 20 illustrators of books for children and young adults from around the world. These were authors with a variety of experience and talents from the four corners of the world, from the United States of America, Australia, Germany, Japan, Denmark, Palestine, India, Nepal, and Pakistan. There were stories written by authors who had never seen or heard of war, to authors whose homes were in the middle of war, and for whom war was an everyday occurrence. War was to them not a story, but a way of life. The stories and the illustrations became murals in English and Korean on the island, culminating in a book entitled The Story of Peace. In today's seething world, peace seems like an idyllic but elusive figment of the imagination, an impossible dream, a prayer that could never be granted, or, I don't know, perhaps only a tale in a storybook. But I like to believe in tales, and in my story in this book. Perhaps if you too believe, then one day our story will become a dream come true, a wish fulfilled, and a prayer answered by mankind. Amen. For thousands of years, he wanted to be born. For thousands of years, he delighted in this thought. But for thousands of years, his turn never came. Others would come into the world each day, and though he was envious of them, he would continue to wait his turn. Finally, a day came when they told him it was his time. Pack your bag and be ready to leave, he was advised. His bag was small, smaller than a fingertip. He was so excited that he wanted to depart right away with that fingertip-sized suitcase. Wait, they said. Your journey is long and your destination is far. The highways are waiting and the back streets and the trails. There will be so many ins and outs, highs and lows, and near and far places that you'll need to take something with you to help get you through. So he chose 2 legs to help him walk and run and go searching. He was eager to be born. He was about to leave with only those 2 legs when they said, "Wait! The place you are going is such a beautiful sight to see. There are colorful hues of green, red, yellow, purple, blue, black, and white. There are many splendid things, great and small, for you to see. These wondrous things of great beauty are waiting for you and want to become a part of you. Take something with you to help you see. Otherwise, the world will seem dark." And so he picked out 2 eyes for himself. He was restless. He couldn't wait to be born. He wanted to leave with just the 2 legs and eyes when they said, "Wait! The place you are going is full of many songs and melodies, tunes and sounds and hymns, and everybody is waiting to see you. Everyone wants to be there for you. So take something with you so you can connect with them. Otherwise, the world will be a lonely place." And so he took 2 ears with him. Each day, he took something new: lips for smiling, a tongue for speaking, hands for building, something to smell with, something to drink with, something to think with, and something for every part of him. Each day, his suitcase grew bigger and bigger. As the weeks passed, for 9 months, he spent every minute and every second packing his bag, day in and day out. It was a suitcase made of cells and bone and blood. It was made of life. It was made of body. They said, "These are your tools in life. Have them and take good care of them. They will serve you well. When it is time for you to return, leave the suitcase behind and travel home lightly." Then they gave him a small red treasure box and said, "Inside this box are the best, most beautiful and valuable things: God, light, and heaven. Take care so that you never lose this treasure box. It is called a heart, and it is what makes you human. Otherwise, a blood and bones suitcase has no value without a heart. Excited, he left in haste, not knowing what mischief his haste would play with him. As soon as he stepped into the world and opened his eyes for the first time, and as soon as he opened the palms of his hands, he felt that he had left something behind. He kept packing and repacking his suitcase, but didn't see anything missing. He looked again. Suddenly, something occurred to him. He realized he had left that little red treasure chest behind. Oh, he had left his heart behind. And it was then that he began to cry. He cried, and no one was able to console him because no one understood why he was crying. Then he heard a delicate whisper in his ear, a whisper that said, "My dear little one, welcome to the world. Alas, you have come in haste. Alas, you have left your heart behind." People all do this same thing. They all come in a hurry, and they all leave their hearts behind. That is why from the moment they realize this when entering the world, they all begin to cry. But later on, they forget. They forget that they have left something behind. They think that the fist-sized thing that they carry around in their chests is their heart. But a heart is something different. Now, my dear little one, don't cry. Life is a pursuit that each person must endure to find his heart. And it is because of this journey that life is so beautiful, so valuable, yet so hard. Life is full of things that can speak to your heart and show you how to find your heart again, maybe even very little things or very great things. Know that life is an endless search, so smile and live. And he smiled and began living. He traveled far and wide, searching for his heart in every nook and cranny, until one day he came upon a seedling and said to it, "I am looking for my heart. I am human, but I have left my heart in heaven. I have looked everywhere, but I don't know where to find it. Can you help me?" The seedling replied, "I don't know anything about how humans find their hearts, but I know well how seedlings find their hearts. Come with me if you like, and I will show you my heart." And so he went with the seedling. The seedling hid itself. It felt pain and split. It brought forth shoots and sprouted. It reached upwards with its arms and grew taller. It became a stalk, grew branches and buds, and then brought forth foliage, blossomed, and bore fruit. The seedling gave away its shade to others and bestowed its fruit upon them. The seedling gave its trunk and branches and its whole self away and said, seeds find their hearts in this way, but I don't know about people." And then the seedling gave its tree to him, and he tucked the tree into his chest so that he would always remember how seeds find their hearts. And with the tree tucked inside his chest, he continued on his journey. By and by, he came upon a droplet in a small meadow and said, "I am a human, and I have left my heart in heaven. Do you know how I might be able to find another one?" The droplet replied, "I don't know how humans do it, but I know how each droplet gains a big heart." And so he went with the droplet to the meadow in order to discover the secret of its heart. And the hot sun shone down upon the droplet, and the droplet couldn't withstand all of the sun's heat, so it disappeared. When it did, it became weightless and ascended up to the sky. The droplet joined the clouds and then turned into rain and dropped and flowed and joined the river. The droplet went to the foot of every tree and bush and flower. The droplet gave life. It cleansed. It caused the plants to grow. It nourished others. It was absorbed, went beyond, passed, arrived, and ended. The droplet became the ocean. And the droplet gave the ocean to him, so that he would always remember how droplets acquire a heart, a big heart. And so, with a tree and an ocean in his chest, he traveled far and wide and reached a narrow path. He said to the path, "I am a human, and I have left my heart in heaven. Do you know what path I should take to help me find my heart?" The path said, "No, I don't. But I know how paths go to reach their hearts, which stretch clear across the earth. If you want to, you could come with me." And he went with it. The path was narrow. The path was tight and dark. The path was dire and rugged. The path kept going on and on and on, persevering and never giving up. It wasn't seeking to arrive, for its only hope was to deliver. The path searched and looked around and uncovered. It never stopped. It just kept going. It had no destination, for its only purpose was going. And the path gave him a road for him to tuck inside his chest and know that the heart of a path never stops. So with the tree, the ocean, and the path in his chest, he continued on his way. He came upon a mirror and said, "I am a human and have left my heart in heaven. Do you know how I can find my heart again?" The mirror replied, "Hearts and mirrors are very much alike. Mirrors break, and so do hearts. Mirrors become hazy and lose their clarity, and hearts do too. Mirrors show the way, just like hearts do. I'm going on my way to find my heart, and maybe where the heart of mirrors is found, yours will be found too. And the mirror spent every day cleaning and shining itself and dusting off every speck and particle and stain. And every day it became more transparent and clear and pure. Then it sat across from every smile and every tear and every look of wonder and every lost hope. It reflected every sunrise and sunset, every autumn and spring, every sadness and joy, every song and requiem. The mirror owned nothing, yet had everything. The mirror was no one, it was everyone. The mirror gave itself to him so that he would always remember that hearts are the same as mirrors. And with the tree, the ocean, the road, and the mirror in his chest, he went on his way. After a while, he came upon a star, and a small pebble, and a breeze, and a flame, and a bird, and a flower, and great things and small things. The star gave him the universe. The pebble gave him a mountain. The breeze gave him a whirlwind. The flame gave him a volcano. The bird gave him the sky, and the flower gave him a garden. And a day came when there was a meadow inside his chest, with panthers and deer running together, and a sky with pigeons and eagles flying in unison, and an ocean with whales and mermaids frolicking together. And a day came when there was a road in his chest that led to faraway hopes and brought impossible prayers to their destination, and a universe where every star lit a home, and a garden where every flower was a smile upon the lips of every child, young and elderly person, and persons of every skin color. And now he had found his heart, a heart that was called the world, a big world. But his heart was even bigger than that, because it held the world. He left his small suitcase behind because he needed it no longer. But he took his heart with him, and it was the most beautiful thing possible for him to have taken.